Jerry Verse is a very exceptional player. I would say plays the game the right way. Plays with a relentless motor, physical. Does a really nice job of being disruptive, playing, making negative plays in the backfield. Tell the guy has a passion for football, high energy, makes a lot of plays, gets their group going. See him as definitely the best guy of that group. So for us to have success on Sunday, we have to make sure we have eyes on number 8 at all times.
What do you think corner defensive play callers do to confuse younger offensive linemen or offensive linemen who are a little inexperienced? Are there things that they can do with play calls or schemes or disguises that make it tougher for offensive linemen?
That's up to the coordinator, whatever they feel, whoever they deem that they can confuse, that'll be up to them. I can't think for the other coordinators and how they do it. Everybody has their own way of how they call the game and what they want to do, where their group, where they feel strong about their group. So it's up to them and how they call it.
What was the energy like having C.J. Johnson back in practice?
Yeah, the energy has been good. CJ's been back for a few days now, so the energy's been good. It's just a matter of getting him back into, football, just doing the communication, being where we're supposed to be, just making sure everybody's on the same page. Just takes time getting back to that, and he's done a really good job of just fitting right back in and rolling with the communication. So we're excited to have him back.
You have a lot of great players on your defense, but what do you think is the biggest strength of that unit?
The strength of our defense is just all 11 guys playing together, right? It's never about one person. It's not about one unit. It's about all 11 guys playing together. When we play defense the right way, all 11 guys being exactly where they're supposed to be, that makes us a good defensive unit. If one guy is off, then we're not as good. So it's always a strain mentally and physically to make sure everybody's on the same page doing what they need to do for us to be a successful unit that's playing together, swarming together. That's the only way we operate.
When it comes to defending Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams as a tandem, when you have corners like yours, how much easier does the job become, or if at all, when you have the kind of corners you have?
Yeah, Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, two talented, big-time playmakers. Like, they're going to find ways to get these guys to football because we know they're great with the ball in their hands. I mean, they can make you miss. They can hit explosives down the field. Everything you want from a receiving standpoint, both guys are able to do that. So for us, again, it's going to be a collective effort. It's not about one corner covering one guy. It's about collectively, like, how are we going to stop these guys as a defense? They're going to move guys around all over the place, so we just have to be on it. We have to make sure we're urgent with our communication, urgent with our eyes and alignments to make sure we're on it, we're dialed in of where guys align and what they're trying to do to us, how they're trying to attack us. If we play the game the right way, everybody is on it, then we'll be just fine.
There's been a lot of talk about, obviously, the offensive line dating back to last year up into now. There's been a lot of changes. What's just your overall confidence level going into week 1 against a stout defensive line that the Rams have?
Yeah, for our offensive line, we'll see. There's been questions all offseason about our offensive line. Everybody wants to know who's going out there, who is this guy, this position, that position. It's just a lot of talk that quite frankly, I'm tired of talking about it. Like, it's time to go play, and let's see how our 5 matches up against a really great defensive line. And that's what we'll see on Sunday. Let's see how it all plays out.
With their running back, Kyron Williams, late-round guy that's established himself over the past couple of years, what have you seen from him, and what does he do well that presents a challenge?
Yeah, Kyron, man, he has great contact balance. You see guys, you see him make guys miss consistently. Like, he is always going forward, playing really physical ball, but we have to swarm and wrap tackle him. Like, he makes a lot of guys miss. That really jumps out on the tape for me. Like, if you're one-on-one in the hole, he does have the ability to really, make you look silly if you allow him. So it's going to take everybody running to the football, straining how we strain, playing physical, because one guy is not getting him down all the time. And all these guys, they strain. Puka, Kyron, like, if one guy's there, they are straining to get extra yards. They're always fighting to get extra yards. So they play it the right way, man. So it's a challenge all the way across the board. It's going to be a 60-minute challenge, and we're up for it.
With C.J. Johnson back, and you say he's getting himself work back into football shape as well as being back in practice. Will he be a full go? Is he on a snap?
Yeah, C.J. is good to go. When I'm talking about getting back into it, it's just when you're on the side, it's just getting back into making calls, making checks, all those things that have to deal with playing football, right? When guys are out with injury, you focus on the rehab process and working on whatever specific body part that you're trying to rehab. Then there's this whole introduction back into football, right? And things move a lot faster and just being on it. But he stepped back in. Since last week he's been out there. He stepped back in. He's done a nice job of just working the communication, what we expect from him, right where he picked up.
What are the biggest challenges that Matthew Stafford presents from a defensive coach's POV?
Yeah, Stafford has done it exceptionally well for a long time. There's nothing you're going to do to confuse him from a defensive coach's perspective. He's seen it all. He's played against every type of coverage you want to run. He's done it. He's been successful. So not trying to surprise him or fool him. Like we got to be where we're supposed to be and just play sound.
To follow up on that, when you mentioned that you can't really confuse a veteran like that, how much does that, factor into how you game plan for that quarterback?
And we're going to do what we do. That doesn't change. It's how well do we do what we do. It's about the Texans playing well. That's what this game is about. The Rams, they can do whatever they want to do. They have a lot of different looks, a lot of different motions, a lot of different play actions off of the runs. It'll all marry up and look the same. They really do a great job of making everything look exactly the same. So for us, it's just going to be about us just playing our brand of football. Everything that we've worked throughout training camp, that's what we'll fall back to, the training that we've had all throughout training camp. That's what it's for.
As we see, let's get a look at the new offense this week. How much does it help to know and just have the connection established between C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins, and how have you seen that grow in this third year?
Yeah, C.J. and Nico, they've been rolling at this for a while. 3 years rolling. They know what to expect from each other. They do a great job of working off to the side, communicating after plays, after they're done, just making sure like they're dialed in on being exactly right. And they're two really great pros, two guys who are captains for our team. Like they have a ton of respect from our locker room, and it shows by the way those guys work at their craft. That's why they're good on Sundays.
Nick's mentioned the multipleness of the wide receivers, how they can move around. Some of the wide receivers have mentioned that. McVay's obviously moved guys inside, outside. What kind of challenge does that present for a defense with your eyes before the snap, with guys lining up in different places?
When guys are lining up in different places or moving all over the place, if you allow it to distract you, it will distract you. If your eyes are right and you're where you're supposed to be, then it really shouldn't matter to me. Like it's about us and doing what we're supposed to do. But when guys, the motion, you see it on tape consistently, it can distract guys, right? That's why offense is motion so much. That's why the motion percentage has skyrocketed over the past 5 years, because of the motions and the problems that it presents to defenses, whether that's showing your hand in coverage or getting guys to look in the wrong place, and the offense are able to have productive plays. So it's just about how disciplined are you defensively. The most disciplined defenses handle the motions well, and it doesn't affect them much.
DeMeco, throughout camp and leading up to the opener, now what stood out about your tight end group, and what do you want to see out of this group now that the new season comes?
Hey, great question, Randy. The thing that stood out the most about our tight end group is just them blocking at the line of scrimmage. I feel like there's a drastic difference in the way that they're blocking at the line of scrimmage, and it's markedly improved. And I'm excited to see that, excited to see it, again, in real action. But they've done a really nice job of working at that. Coach Moreland, Coach Cayley has done a really good job of working with those guys. And also what stood out to me is also our tight ends, at the top of their routes. They've done a really nice job of really working to get open at the top of their routes, their break points. You can see a difference there. So I think our guys do better at the line of scrimmage and also better with their route running.
You asked a little bit about Nico and C.J. earlier, but with Nico, he was named the captain. Is that the area where you've seen him grow most this offseason?
I think Nico he continues to not impress me just with how much he's grown as a pro. Like from when I first got here to where he is now, you see the growth in the young man, and it just shows for anybody. Like if you're dialed in, if you want to get better, if you want to improve, and you do those things necessary to improve, you can't do that. Nico is a great example of that, like the respect that he's gotten from his teammates to be a captain. It shows by the way he shows up and works every single day. Every day of training camp, he's out there, one of our hardest workers, one of our most productive players. It's because of the mindset that he has. And I'm proud to be here working with Nico and very proud of the growth that he's shown.
Can you talk about the offensive group and their buying into the swarm? Are you seeing more of that? You know, you talked about it, seeing it, wanting it across the board. Have you seen that as you get ready to start the season more?
For their offense and their swarm mentality, it's showing up a lot more. I've seen it throughout training camp some days. Kim, I really want to see it in the games. And now it's time to let's see what it's all about. Collectively as a team, can we go out and swarm? And that's just playing together, playing tough, playing physical, playing fast. And that's all three phases. And I'm excited to see that on Sunday.
We're going to close with AJ, Christie, Southern Nick.
It seems like CJ throughout this offseason been a little, I guess, more low-key, has kind of stayed out of the spotlight a little bit. How much do you think that can help a quarterback, especially going into pivotal year 3? Just about, just I guess keeping the main thing, and not in the spotlight per se. How much do you think that can help a young quarterback?
It's important for me, for all of our guys, to keep the main thing the main thing. Every year is a pivotal year. Every year is an important year. It's about how you attack it. You attack it with the right mindset, and sky's the limit for you, right? And so I think CJ has done a great job this offseason. I mean, he's dialed in, he's ready to roll, and I'm excited to see him on Sunday.
You've talked a lot about Nick Chubb throughout camp and how impressed you are with him, but how eager are you to see him in a real game for your team?
Yeah, Nick won't surprise me in the game. I know what I'm going to get from Nick Chubb. Right? He's a guy I watched for a long time. He's done it at a high level for a long time. Ton of respect for Nick and how he plays the game. I don't expect to see anything different on Sunday. I expect to see a physical running back who's going to gain positive yards every time he touches the football.
You were hinting at the fact that you can't wait for people to stop talking about the offensive line and just go out there and just play. From the sense of what you've got from that group, how much have they taken that, and how much are they so excited to just run through somebody on Sunday?
We'll see. We will see. I can talk about it all day, but I tell the guys all the time, man, when that ball is kicked off, all the talk, all the hype, it doesn't matter. What are you going to do when that ball is kicked off? I want to see, so we call the silent tape. What does that say about you? How are you finishing every play? How are you swarming? The silent tape will speak very loudly for all of our guys. So you show up by what you put on tape. So I'm excited to see what our tape is going to say when we're flying back home Sunday evening.
Coach, you all selected your captains. Can you just talk about them as a collective group as far as what they bring to not only to this team but to each other as well?
I'm very proud of the group that our team has selected as captains. Right? Those 5 guys that we selected, Dare, C.J., Nico, Aziz, and Will, they represent everything that the Houston Texans are all about. Right? And the first thing first is they're team-first guys. They're not about themselves. They're about the well-being of the team. They're about making sure their teammates are heard or taken care of. The teammates respect these guys. The teammates have their ears. So I'm just very thankful. It's not an offense, defense, special team. We voted. It's just who is the captain? Who do you guys want as captains of our team? It wasn't a position group or a side of the ball type thing. So it was really cool to see, the way our guys voted. I would have voted the same. So it's really cool to see, especially a guy like Dare, guy who's been at it for a long time, right? And I can't think of another guy that's more consistent than Dare. He shows up every single day, working, being where he has to be, communicating well, helping out our young guys, just being an outstanding teammate. So I was very proud to see when the vote came in that Dare was able to crack the top of the board and get a vote. Very proud of him for everything that he means to our team. All right, thank you guys.
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Back to Cali, and obviously it's a business trip, but what do you think some of the feelings will be like playing close to home?
I'm excited. Got some family and stuff coming to the game and friends, and so yeah, I'm super excited. But yeah, just gotta stay focused.
I'm excited for you to kick off year 3. Just in terms of what you've learned as you've been here these last few years, what does this year feel like?
It's every first game of every year. You're excited to show your talent and the new guys and the new stuff you learn, the new scheme. It's a bunch of different feelings, but yeah, I'm really just excited to play again. I'm tired of watching, so yeah, I'm just excited to play. I don't really feel a huge difference, but yeah, just natural jitters and nervousness from just a new season. So yeah.
Jason, it's another year for you working with Nick and Nico as well. Where have you guys developed on your chemistry, taking it into a new season together?
Just staying on the same page on a lot of things, growing in areas where we really didn't connect last year, or we haven't tried to do certain things. So I'm just trying new things and working out some of the things that we struggled at. So it's growing.
In what ways do you feel like this new scheme fits your skills and maybe some of your other teammates' skills better this year?
It's a lot of different ways. I feel like a lot of times in the NFL, from what I've learned, is like a lot of coaches or teams try to make like the player fit the scheme instead of the scheme fitting the player. And I think it's sometimes a good thing because you get to challenge yourself to try new things, but also I think, you should come in and try to have the scheme fit the players in a way, just because, there's some certain guys are really good at X, Y, and Z and not good at A, B, and C. And I think there's a balance you need to have to challenge yourself to try new things, but also doing things that, you're already naturally good at. So this offense does a good job at that of trying to or doing things that guys are naturally good at, but also challenging to try new things. So, yeah.
CJ, what have you seen from Nick Chubb since he got here, and what do you like most about him as a player?
I've seen just him put in work, and he's very motivated, to get back on the field, and I'm very happy for him that, he's, battled through a lot in his life through this game of football, and, he's never wavered. He's always worked hard, and you can just see by his approach. And I mean, he's just exciting to watch, man. He does a really good job of setting up blocks and running behind his pads, being powerful. I think he's a very underrated pass catcher, and he does a good job in pass protection and things like that. So, yeah, he's polished up a lot of his different things, but also, I think he's very motivated to play.
What's the biggest difference for you going into year 3 compared to when you're going into year 2?
Kind of like I told Kim, I don't feel a super big difference. I think the game has slowed down even more. Probably what I could say is just operation, defensive schemes, how to throw certain passes against certain looks, and so just things like that, coverage awareness, blitz awareness. But yeah, I really don't feel like anything super different. But yeah, I definitely just feel better. I'm more seasoned, and I can kind of try to expect things, but I don't think expecting this league is good in a lot of ways. It sometimes is good, but yeah, I just try to be prepared.
Did you see the growth of the offensive line? And obviously people talked a lot about them, and they've been working hard to get to the level you hope for against the Rams, the challenge of their front seven.
Yeah, I think, one thing about this group that I'm really proud of is that, man, they're dogs, man, from left to right, up and down, no matter the age or the position. I think everybody, that we got up there loves to play and plays really hard. The effort is there, and, yeah, I think got a great challenge. This D-line is really good, starting with Verse. He's really, really good and really strong, powerful. Has different type of rushes, good in the run game, 55, 91. 0, really all of them are really good. So, yeah, I think this is a great challenge for us, and, those guys they know that and they're preparing. So, I think it's going to be a great battle.
Before your respect for Matt Stafford, are there certain elements of his game that really stick out, or is it just an all-encompassing respect for how he approaches things?
I like his game. Yeah, I mean he does a good job of anticipation, no look throws, moving guys with his eyes, coverage recognition. I think he can put the ball in any spot at any time, from any arm angle. Does a good job with bad pockets is something I've watched too. So yeah, he does a lot of great things, and yeah, he's a really good player.
What's it been like for you and the team to see C.J. Gardner-Johnson back on the field after kind of a scary moment in West Virginia this week?
Yeah, it's dope, man. His presence is always felt. He's also heard a lot, so it's good, man. We need that type of energy, and he does a good job of bringing that juice and that energy and that swag to our defense and our team. So I'm very happy that he's all right and he's back.
From all the family and friends that will be able to make it to the stadium and watch you because it's at home, is there somebody special maybe that help you grow to be where you are that normally will not come to the stadium or will not travel, that it's going to be in the stands Sunday?
I see my friends and family a lot, so I don't know. Probably all of them. Yeah, I would say all of them. I'm really excited to, especially people, like you said, don't come to Houston. They're able to come to the game, and I think it's pretty dope. So, yeah, I'm really excited just to see my friends and family. Yeah.
Going back to Nico, it seems like, look at the top QBs, they have go-to guys. Looking back on that, how has he helped you in your development, just having a guy that you can trust and rely on and connection that you guys have?
Yeah, any great quarterback, I think in the history of the game, you go back to have, if not one, multiple guys, they can lean on and, they have that natural connection with. And, my career so far has been Nico, Tank, and, I think those two guys have really been the ones that I've really been around the most and been able to I got you. I'm messing with you. But yeah, he's been that guy. So yeah, I'm very, grateful for him and just how he approaches the game and how he takes care of his body, and he does a good job of a lot of different ways. He's captain this year, so that his leadership is something that I challenged him on. That grew, so he's challenging himself, but I think it's dope because in that position, you can't get complacent, and I think he's done a good job of pushing his limits on how much better he can really get.
Did you notice, hey, this guy is always open?
From the first day I got here, yeah. I told him I'd be doing him a discourtesy if I didn't make him a superstar. It was one of our first conversations. I don't know. I've always kind of had that mindset since I've been in middle school. It's I want to make my receivers look really good and make it easy on them. For me, that's anticipation, accuracy, timing, and because a lot of times guys are open, quarterbacks are just late or throw bad balls. So it's my job to do that. So I don't know. We had that conversation when I first got here, and I seen the way he moved, how big he was, how fast he was, and yeah, he looked like somebody I don't want to give y'all a word. I'll put it on Twitter or something. So I'll leave it alone.
Can you talk about the captains this year that you guys selected, especially a guy like Darway, who Darway's been, as Coach says, consistent for years. Talk about your group.
Yeah, if anybody deserves it, it's him. He's always smiling. His energy's always felt. He's always making plays. He's always here on time and, leading guys. So, yeah, he's the definition of, I think the type of player Coach wants to bring in every year. So I think this year of captains is kind of that, is the guys I think they wanted this team to be brought to build up on is, guys who are selfless, who want to be, who want to be servants, and you want to see everybody do better, but also, does the right things in the building, has the right attitude, and I think everybody displays that except for me.
Going back to the go-to guy, you've gotten on the same page with a lot of receivers going back to Ohio State. What's the trust process, developing trust for some of the new guys that you might have this year, and how much of that do you actually have to play games for that to begin?
Yeah, I know it's kind of weird, but I would say failure is probably the best way to get that done in ways. Throwing a ball, even now, me and Nico sometimes don't connect, and there's good things because now we can have a conversation. So sometimes it's in practice, when it's too perfect, which is also a goal, sometimes it could not be good because in the game it's not going to be exactly how we draw it up or the scout guys give it to us. So I think sometimes like having hard conversations are like, bro, you need to be better here. I need to be better there. So I think that has to do with it. And yes, playing in games definitely does help.
CJ,
What
do
if-
you? Oh,
You want to go?
you can go.
Okay. What have you learned from Jerry, and how might have he have helped
From
your
Jerry?
games? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jerry's amazing, man. He's somebody who is very vocal, challenging. You know, he's very old school. He reminds me like a long lost like uncle, just how like he approaches how he coaches, and I think he's done a great job of preparing not only myself but Davis, Keaton when we had Keaton and Graham. So I thought he's done a great job of challenging us to push other guys and also push ourselves to be great.
CJ, do you remember how you were feeling before your NFL debut? And if so, how much better do you feel now with the experience you have under your belt?
The only difference is the uncertainty. Is like, other than that, I'm still nervous. I'm still like questioning myself, and I think those are all good things. Now, if you let it like be negative, then I don't think it is. But I think that's a blessing for me. I look at it as a blessing because like I'm still excited to play this game and be great and hold myself to a certain expectation and standard. So I'm very excited. The only difference is just now I kind of know not exactly what to expect, but somewhat on like how the game could or might go.
It seems like you're gonna have more responsibility in your play, checking protection. Sometimes being able to audible a little bit more. How much does that new challenge excite you going into your third year?
It excites me a lot. Like I told y'all before, it's just something that I'm kind of used to. I mean, I've done it a lot in college and high school. And yeah, it's new now in the NFL, but I don't know. I think our coaches did a really good job of making it vanilla, and trying their best to not only just leave me out to dry, but give me tools and things to have, weapons to combat the defense when, they run a good coverage or do so. Just like it's the coach's job, to call good plays and coach us the right way, it's also my job to have their back and just sometimes save the day and, do the right things to get us in the right look. So I'm very excited for that.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
CJ.
Thank you.